My boyfriend constantly inspects the bin after I use the bathroom and yells at me for being disgusting for throwing period products in it. He started sobbing when I asked him to leave. I just recently moved my boyfriend of 5 months into my apartment. Things had been smooth sailing until I got my period 3 days ago. I usually use tampons and throw them away wrapped in toilet paper in the trash can, with a lid. The other day my boyfriend barged into my office space yelling about how I was disgusting and how he shouldn't have to see that stuff. I got pissed that he was having such an over-the-top reaction, in my opinion, and asked what he would like me to do with them instead. He said that he literally almost threw up because he could see the blood soaked through the toilet paper, and he would prefer I throw them out in the trash bin outside. I told him he was being a bit dramatic, but if it bothered him that much I would use more toilet paper to wrap them up, but that I would not be walking my used products through the kitchen just to throw them out outside. Since we had that talk, he goes in the bathroom after me every time and tells me if I used enough to cover them up. Well, I have been getting pissed and said he's being a creep by checking the trash can after me, and if it's such a big deal he should get his own trash can. This upset him, but he said he would stop checking. Except he didn't. He just stopped reporting it back to me. So here's where I might be the a-hole. Today I just threw my tampons into the trash without any toilet paper but underneath some other trash that was already in there. When he got up, at around 11 a.m., he legit screamed and called me cruel for forcing him to look at that. I told him he wouldn't have had to look if he wasn't inspecting the trash. He teared up and said he wasn't used to living with a woman because he never had before. His mom passed when he was very young. I told him, well, maybe you aren't ready to live with a woman then. He got quiet and said he was going to go walk to clear his head. That was a couple of hours ago, and he ignored all my calls and texts except to say that I was not being empathetic to his feelings. I want to be understanding and thought separate trash cans would be a good solution, but he was making me uncomfortable about a very natural part of my body, and I don't want to go through this with him every month. His friend texted me telling me I'm being gross in a beach. Should I apologize? Or is he being dramatic? Update. He came back at around 5 p.m., and he was very apologetic and weepy. I have no idea what he was doing as that would be a long walk. Apparently, he texted his group chat about this, which is when I got that lovely message from his friend, and 2 of his female friends ripped him a new one. He told me he didn't want to lose me and would like to try separate trash cans. He told me that he's not sure why, but just the thought that it could be in the trash uncovered skews him out, but he could have tried more to get used to it. He told me he loves me, and this, living with a woman, is all new to him. I told him that he was not just living with a woman, he was living with me, someone he was supposed to love. I told him that he embarrassed me and disrespected me bringing all his friends into this private matter, and I don't know if that's something I can forgive easily. I showed him what his friend texted me and asked if he agreed with this sentiment. He said, "Of course not. Baby, I'm so sorry he said that to you." I told him he's got some stuff to work through and I'm not sure if we are going to work out if he was going to blow up like this for our first problem. He started sobbing, asking me not to leave him, telling me how much he loves me, asking me to forgive him. I asked for some time to think and if he could get a friend to pick him up. He does not have a car, and then went off to my office space to get some space. He was outside the door knocking and asking me how I could just walk away from him when he was crying like this. I told him that all of this was overwhelming and I would talk to him when we were both calm and had time to think. He just left with a friend. I fully believe that men should feel comfortable showing their emotions, but his reactions have been such a turnoff, and I'm not sure I see a future for us.